bowlers. 4 career titles for Smith, none for Machuga. Robert's been here before. And as he mentioned with Leslie, not happy with last season at all. He's happy with that shot to begin this match.
Well, get your can opener out. Just open up the pocket, because that's what Robert Smith just did with that ball. But, you know, the other thing is not only winning the title and the money and all that stuff's great. But the big thing in my mind, and I think in all the players' mind, is the winner today will be the first exempt player for the 2004-2005 season.
Shot, final match. Machuga comes a little bit high there on the 4-pin wiggles, but stays up. First time head-to-head for these two bowlers on TV. In fact, neither had faced any of the other competitors amongst the final 5 heading into this afternoon's action. Dangerous real deal matchup, Randy.
Again, the average difference there. But, you know, I think Robert Smith really took care of that the last game. He looks like he's going to throw a bunch of strikes. The strike percentage was about the same. Mike-Machuga had more spare conversions, which to me translates into when he did miss the pocket, he left something he could make. Robert Smith with all that power, you know what happens when he misses the pocket. It's a big, ugly design.
Pretty solid 10-pin shot there from Machuga, who's waiting for that very slow late messenger, hoping perhaps the 10 would fall. Did not.
2 completely different lines that Mike-Machuga and Robert Smith are using. Mike-Machuga going much more direct. As you see, the flat 10, that's where the 6 goes around the 10 and kind of lays in the channel or the gutter, whichever one you like. Robert Smith really using the big rainbow shot. You're going to see that in this next shot. Really peeling on. He's got a much higher rev rate, much more power, so he has to circle the lane more unless he takes his hand out of it, reduces his rev rate, and throws it a lot harder. Then he can go straighter.
Robert took home over $14,000, the Japan Cup, 5th place finish for him.
Look out.
Hurrying back, and does. What a great lane level look at it as it hustled back to the pocket.
Yeah, and the lane level look had me believing this ball was going in the gutter. Look at this thing. Wow. Look at him post the shot. We talked about Mike-Machuga posting the shot. Robert Smith has done nothing but post shots all day. Put a frame around that, bottle it, and just repeat it like he's doing right now. See his feet are pointing to the right. That gets his hips open so he can feed this bad boy to the edge.
For 3 in a row, a 21-pin lead. Early, he's got it. The ball goes into the pocket, Randy, so fast. It really is like we're watching it in fast motion.
I'm telling you.
Amazing.
The ball speed, the revolutions, when it hits the pins, it's really fun to watch. When he gets it going, when he's throwing a lot of strikes, and he's very intimidating. You know, right now, Mike-Machuga isn't intimidated by anybody. But, you know, it's hard not to be when you're watching that kind of stuff going on.
So that actually goes through your head. As an opposing bowler. Interesting. Here's Machuga again, lane 24. Yikes.
His first open in 2 games. It's a 2-8-10. He's looking at his hand, which tells me that he just didn't get out of the ball clean enough. He's trying to go around it more like Robert Smith. He's got to make sure that he gets all of it at the bottom. He did not. Comes in light, leaves a 2-8-10.
Was that the intimidation, perhaps being a little bit thrown off by the fact Smith's throwing the ball so well?
Well, it looked to me like towards the end of the last game, he wasn't comfortable with the line he was playing, and so now he's trying to do what Robert Smith is doing, move in and go around it, which he's capable of doing. However, not near as successfully as Robert Smith. Robert Smith, that's his A game.
Picks up the 2-8 double win, but leaves the 10. Trying to become another wild card champion. Chris Barnes in Dallas. The last time in what is his adopted hometown, as Chris Barnes won there last year. Robert Smith has done it. Latham, New York, near Albany, the state's capital, in '02. Another call. Chugs down 35 pins. Trying to avoid a heap of trouble here. 10 pin.
And that was a quality shot. You can see what Mike's trying to do. He's trying to get his hand to rotate around the side of the ball so he can open up the lane a little bit more. I crossed with him the second round of qualifying, he went straight to start. As the lanes broke down, he moved in with his feet or left with his feet, moved his target to the right, and really opened up the lane, changing his hand position. So he can do it all. Problem is right now what he's doing isn't working.
10-pin for Mike-Machuga, trying to hold on against Robert Smith, who already has 3 in a row to begin this final match. Looking to earn exemption for next year. Continue his excellent opening day of the PBA Tour season here on ESPN. Our live coverage continuing from Banquet Open, the Thunder Bowl near Omaha, Nebraska. Robert Smith and Machuga. Smith with 3 straight strikes has an advantage on Machuga in our championship match. Dave Ryan, Randy Peterson, Leslie Goodell, and our entire crew. 2003 WPBA Classic Tour Women's Pro Billiards coming up next on ESPN. As soon as we finish business live from Greater Omaha. With a 4-bagger. A 45-pin lead, potentially for Robert Smith. On lane 24, the rev rate, the speed, the power. And most importantly for Smith, the accuracy. Once again in the pocket. We return to the Bowl next week outside Kansas City and Blue Springs, Missouri, the Greater Kansas City Classic here on ESPN as a PBA Tour continues. Our live coverage 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 on the West Coast. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Patrick Healy Jr. trying to defend his title. Greater KC Classic. Live coverage of the PBA Tour next weekend. The here and now on the mind of Robert Smith. Trying to win a title. Oh, another great ball.